59.4. 59.4 is the time. Number 1, Auntie Mary, ridden by B. Ward first. Number 2, Lucilla will be second, ridden by Ernie Marchant. And number 4, Robust, Alan Abrahams third. Number 1, the only number in the frame at the moment. On the tote, she's paying $3.10 and $2.50. And you'll find number 4, Robust, ridden by Alan Abrahams, will be third. $3.10 and $2.50 for Auntie Mary, $2.60 for number 2, Lucilla, $4.60 for number 4, Robust. Quinella, $14.40. $14.40 for the Quinella. Trifecta, $65.70. $65.70 for the trifecta. $3.10 and $2.50 for Auntie Mary, $2.60 for number 2, Lucilla. 1 3/4 by a length. Broadcast. Yep.
Coming over towards his rostrum as the last couple move up. Auntie Mary stands in nicely. Peggy Ann drawn close to the inside, faces squarely. Lucy Rowe goes up wide out. And they're just about set. They steady down. Amber light flashing on top of the gate. Starter not fully satisfied. Is there anything out there? Something playing up towards the middle. The starter's not fully satisfied with them. Now he is. Onto his stand. There's trouble in gate 8 or 9, but they're away now. Off and running and towards the outside. Quick Snip and Lucy Rowe began well. Procrastinators away like a rocket and scooting along the rail. Splash of Beauty is going to lead on her ear. By gee, she's got some natural pace. Splash of Beauty immediately 3 lengths in front of Procrastinate, followed by Lucy Rowe, and then Peggy Ann and Grey Riff Dolly will do, followed by Auntie Mary, and then Miss Sandman and Continental. Quick Snip is dropping well back now with Does She Bite. Pop's Dream is well back with Sashed, and then Arborea, followed by Caramia Star, Futile, and Rhythm Review last in a well spread out field. But Splash of Beauty has just got them all off the bit, led by about 4 lengths to Procrastinate. 2 lengths away Lucy Rowe, and then Peggy Ann, followed by Auntie Mary. Dolly will do, Grey Riff, and well back Miss Sandman as they come over the rise, followed by Does She Bite, and Arborea making ground along the fence, but coming to the 200 mark. Splash of Beauty joined and headed by Procrastinate. Peggy Ann coming through on the inside. Lucy Rowe is still there. Arborea is making up ground near the fence, but Procrastinate has drawn clear with 100 to go. Down the outside is Auntie Mary. Auntie Mary swamped Procrastinate in the shadows of the post, and Auntie Mary comes away to beat Procrastinate. Does She Bite third, followed by Arborea, then Rhythm Review, Miss Sandman, Quick Snip, followed by Futile. Lucy Rowe stopped in the last bit. From Dolly will do Pop's Dream, Caramia Star, Grey Riff, Peggy Ann, and then Sashed and Continental. In the early lead, a Splash of Beauty is knocked up to run last. Oh, didn't she get a migraine? Splash of Beauty. You don't see many horses with as much natural speed as that, though. She led them 4 lengths in 20 metres. Auntie Mary, number 14. Go, Auntie Mary. Ridden by Aaron Kennedy. Looking pleased with himself as he goes past the post. Number 14, Auntie Mary, has blown them away and is going to pay $50.50 for the win. $50.50 for the win. And for the place, $12.20. $12.20. Now, second, Procrastinate, ridden by Alf Matthews, is going to pay $1.80. And third, Does She Bite, number 16, is going to pay a place dividend of $3.60. 14, 15, 16, and there are the numbers. 14, 15, 16. Auntie Mary, $50.50 and $12.20. Procrastinate second, $1.80. And 16 third, Does She Bite, will pay approximately $3.60. Now here are the superfecta numbers. Fourth, number 1, Arborea. Fifth is number 6, Rhythm Review. And sixth is number 8, Miss Sandman. So the superfecta, 14, 15, 16, 1, 6 and 8. Now the first 600 metres in 33.95 thanks to Splash of Beauty, 33.95. The last 600 in 35.8. The overall is 19.75, 19.75, and they're just outside the class record held by Singer Yacht. Now, Auntie Mary, trained at Albury by A. Aquilina, and is a bay mare, a 6-year-old, by Copper Kingdom from Mary of Argyle, and is raced by A. Mrs. S.A., G.D. and A. Aquilina. It's a family affair, and ridden by Aaron Kennedy. And here's Auntie Mary coming back after winning the Tarian Quality at long odds. Won by a length and a quarter, 3/4 second and third, 19.75. Quinella 112.50, trifecta 1,746.40, and the extra double is a bit better than $1,182. 80, 1,182.80. Did you ask me something, Shadow?
What did you say?
Beg your pardon, mate?
Who are the owners again?
Oh, the Aquilina family, Shadow, here they are.
Right.
A, Mrs. S.A., G.D. and A.L. Aquilina. And A. Aquilina is the trainer. I'd love to know the trainer's Christian name. I always feel a little rude when we're not able to give you the trainer's Christian name. As a matter of fact, you know, they are now putting jockeys' Christian names in the race book. That's been a practice adopted by both major race clubs only a few weeks ago. Why can't they put the trainer's Christian name as well?
Good idea.
Particularly with country horses, and there are so many bush horses racing in Sydney nowadays. These country trainers deserve a good rap when they train a winner in town. I'd love to be able to give them that rap, and yet we have no knowledge at all of their Christian names. I think it's something both clubs could look at. I know printing costs come into it, but it's truth, it couldn't cost that much more, could it?
No, not at all, John. All right, I saw Paul Harrigan there in the background too. I thought he might have been a part owner. Right, our Elwick Race 5, the Penfold Wines Handicap, and let's take it to Milton.
Lights on, set and racing. Starters caught them perfectly.
The Tooheys Draft Villiers Stakes, a group event, 1,600 metres, Group 2 in fact, carries prize money of $140,000. So it's had quite an upgrading from the Australian Jockey Club in the last 4 or 5 years. Prize money has been steadily increasing. And whilst it doesn't have quite the glamour and the prestige of the Epsom and the Doncaster, it still provides a great Christmas spectacle here at Royal Randwick with a big field over the metric mile. Now, they're all in with the exception of Pardew Bay. Pardew Bay going up to a wide barrier and carries exactly the same colours that greeted the judge in the last big metric mile here, the Epsom, a couple of months back, Navy Seal. Now they're set, starter onto his stand, and the big field steadies down in the gates, and they look to be ready for dispatch in the Tooheys Draft Villiers Stakes. Off in the Villiers, Cabora took a backward step, and he's a clear last to leave the barrier. Silver Flyer bounced out in front of Larger Skye going to the lead. Nick's Joy began well from a wide gate. Driving through now, Sir Bernard in search of the lead. Mighty Tango prominent, Golden Cocktail prominent, followed by Sprint By, who's right up there with them, but caught out fairly wide early. Even wider, Zaremba, and then Christmas Magic getting into a handy spot between horses, followed by My Diamond Rouge. Further back, Golden Step, and then Cohort, Auntie Mary, Pardew Bay, Jamia, Jack Attack, into Musician, Cabora, and Rhythm Reviewers last in the run to the first turn, and they're flying in the Villiers. Sir Bernard the leader, Mind Blasters getting second, Sprint By third, 3 deep. On the fence, Silver Flyer, Zaremba's wide, on the outside of Larger Skye, and then Christmas Magic In on the fence, Golden Cocktail. At the head of the others, Mighty Tango between horses. Wide out is Nick's Joy as they come down the side. In that bunch, My Diamond Ruse. Pardew Bay going forward off the track. Then Golden Step, followed by Auntie Mary, Cohort, Jamia into Musician. A long way back, Jack Attack with Rhythm Review and Cabora last as they come around the turn. Sir Bernard, a clear-cut leader, straightening up one. Lost the rider there. I think My Diamond Ruse lost the rider on the turn into the straight. Over the hill now, and it's Sir Bernard tackled by Silver Flyer. 2 lengths away, Sprint By, followed by Nick's Joy. And look at Cohort. Cohort is thundering right down the extreme outside. 100 metres to go. Silver Flyer tackled by Cohort. Nick's Joy is diving through in the middle. Auntie Mary is jumping out of the ground, but the 3-year-old Nick's Joy, Cohort under the arches. Auntie Mary dives through in the centre. Oh, what a thriller. I don't know, Auntie Mary or Nick's Joy, probably. Auntie Mary and Nick's Joy in a thriller from Cohort. Right behind them, Sir Bernard, Pardew Bay. Then Rhythm Review, Christmas Magic into Musician, Golden Step, followed by Sprint By, Golden Cocktail. Silver Flyer can't run the mile, and then Largest K, Jamia, Cabora never got in the race, followed by Zaremba, and then Mind Blast, and the riderless My Diamond Rouge is now going past the post over the crossing. Clark of the course about to pick him up, and Corey Brown is on the track on the turn into the straight at the 500 metres mark, and the ambulance is immediately on the scene. Let's hope Corey's okay, and we'll have a report on his condition. A thrilling finish with Auntie Mary coming through in the centre and lunging at Nick's Joy. Cohort is the one on the extreme outside. They're wide apart here. Auntie Mary and Nick's Joy as they come to the line. I've got a leaning to Auntie Mary, number 15, but it's close. $27 and $6.80. Nick's Joy is showing a place dividend of $7.70, and Cohort is showing a place dividend of $4.60. Right now, let's return to Noosa and join one of Australia's fittest athletes. First 800, listen to this sectional. First 800 in 46.52. No wonder the back markers got home. The last 600 in 35.96, and the overall is 134.32. 46.52, 35.96, and 134.32. Now 15 is the winner, Auntie Mary, James Innes. Number 15, Auntie Mary, getting up in the last stride with a blistering finishing run to beat number 19, Nick's Joy, Kevin Moses, the 3-year-old running a big race, and number 6, Cohort, Darren Beedman, third. 15, 19 and 6. Auntie Mary, Jamie Innes. A bay mare, a 6-year-old by Copper Kingdom out of Mary of Argyle, is raced by A, Mrs. S.A., G.D. and A.L. Aquilina. This is a real family affair, trained by A. Aquilina at Albury and ridden by Jamie Innes. This mare has been all over the place. She raced during the Melbourne Spring Carnival and got to Sydney about a week ago. She's not the best traveller in the world, apparently, so they got here early for the Villiers, and those tactics paid off. She came with a brilliant finishing burst. Nick's Joy, which ducked in very badly, about 50 metres out, ducked in very sharply. Kevin Moses had to stop riding, and it probably cost him the Villiers. Now look at the margins. Half a head by a nose. Half a head by a nose are the margins. A very tight one, and it's 134.32. Auntie Mary by Copper Kingdom out of Mary of Argyle, and that's her 9th win from 45 starts.
High Pixie ready. Tristera moved into her place. Katie Ebb going in next to Tristera and Silver Chalice. So over at the 1600, we await only 4 to move into the gates, and they're Pompeii Lady, Amuse Us, Auntie Mary and True to You. All locked away, light on. Racing now, and Silver Chalice just fractionally slow to move down near the outside. Shaggy Bob out quickly with Pompeii Lady, who ran to the lead. Tristera bounced away brilliantly, is up third already, and then Amuse Us and Pindy, followed by Auntie Mary going up at the 1400, and Pompeii Lady out in front, led by a couple of lengths to Tristera, moving up into second placing. Shaggy Bob holding the rail, 1.5 behind them. Amuse Us on the inside of Auntie Mary, 2 or 3 lengths to Pindy Memoir. They're followed by High Pixie, the outside of Silver Chalice. Second last is Katie Ebb, and True to You last of all. Pompeii Lady is running along out towards the 1,000 metre mark, a little over 2 lengths to Shaggy Bob, about 2.5 back in third placing Tristera, followed then by Auntie Mary, the outside of Amuse Us, 3 or 4 lengths to Pindy Memoir, then High Pixie and Silver Chalice together, a couple of lengths to Katie Ebb and 2 lengths to True to You. The runners on should be suited over the 800 crossing. Pompeii Lady now joined by Shaggy Bob, 3 lengths back is Tristera, they're followed then by Amuse Us, the inside of Auntie Mary, 1 Pindy Memoir, Silver Chalice the outside, then came Katie Ebb poking up on the fence. Second last is High Pixie, and True to You last when they sweep around the turn. At the 500 metre mark, and Pompeii Lady headed off by Shaggy Bob. Shaggy Bob straightened up and kicked 2 lengths to Pompeii Lady. Tristera running on. Amuse Us gets up on the inside. Auntie Mary running on out wider, and a couple of lengths to Pindy, and then Silver Chalice. It's Shaggy Bob at the 300, tackled firstly by Tristera and Auntie Mary. Tristera and Auntie Mary race below the 200 metre mark. They're clear of Amuse Us, Shaggy Bob and Pindy. It's Auntie Mary getting to the lead in the last 100 from Tristera. She's starting to draw away now, Auntie Mary, and Auntie Mary scores very easily. Tristera second, Pindy got up for third, Amuse Us fourth, Shaggy Bob a weakening fifth, then Silver Chalice, Katie Ebb, High Pixie, Memoir, True to You, and Pompeii Lady, who led them, dropped out to finish last.
Auntie Mary, tracking it at Flemington.
Auntie Mary is the winner. Number 1, ridden by Jamie Innes, down here for just the 1 mount. She's come on for a good win. Number 1, Auntie Mary beating Tristera and Pindy in the time of 1:37.9, and the last 800 in 47.2. In the event coming up, the rider for 4 Grass Valley is Michael Evans. Ahead of that, 3 Bells of Air is Neville Wilson. The scratchings of 5, 9, 12, 14 Jacidity, which was a late one, at 1:43, and 18 Quan Ming. The winner of the mates by A, Mrs. S.A., G.D. and A.L. Aquilina, trained by A. Aquilina and ridden by Jamie Innes, and Auntie Mary cracking it at Flemington for the first time. She'd been unable to place in her 8 previous attempts here at headquarters. Second, number 12, Tristera, by Sir Tristram from Impazira, the old firm of John Marr and Stephen King combining for second place. and Pindi third by Toy Pindari from Conchell, Colin Alderson and Michael Evans. Fourth was Amuse Us, and fifth home was Shaggy Bob.
$5.50. Number 8, Brave Warrior at $8. Give him strength. Navy Seal at $31. Origin at $10. Arborea, number 11, is at $21. Number 12, Barrel at $21. Number 13, Denarani, is showing $50. Number 14, Mr. Marconi at $21 from New Zealand. Number 15, if I can catch him on the board there, My Diamond Rouge is showing at $67. That's nice odds. Number 16, Light Up the World, who's well in the market from the Gay Waterhouse stable, is showing at $12. Light Up the World to be ridden by Lisa Crop. Be a fairy tale story after our story if she can win. Number 17, Auntie Mary. I don't know how you could back her, although she did win the Villiers over this course. She's showing now at $17. Number 18, Pride of Rancho, is showing at $100. Number 19, Waikika Cow, is showing at, if I can catch the board there, at $27. Number 18, Pimpala Sun, one of the roughies, is Pimpala Sun is nearly at $80, $81 for Pimpala Sun. Then the two reserves, $32 for Mapley Star. I'm going the wrong way there. The under $32, and then finally LA Glen, who's also at a similar price, showing $34. We'll get out to there in a moment. $34 for LA Glen. Okay, Snap, a clear-cut favourite, $5.70 on the tote now. Simon, a lot of people agree with you.
Yeah, I think they should too. She looks an absolute treat, but it's just amazing seeing a Group 1 race like this. Calm Harbour looks absolutely sensational, and also Brave Warrior, just outstanding animals, and it's probably a pity the couple of blokes who are going to talk soon, they're definitely not outstanding animals, are they, Kenny?
Exactly right, Simon. I've got my money on Brave Warrior. You're on Snap. Here's that.
Ability is rock bottom at Randwick. Now the last couple go up, Danarani and Mr. Marconi, and they're about set for the BMW Doncaster, with steady rain continuing to fall at Royal Randwick as the starter Bill Cooper, sporting his riser bone and plastic hat, onto his stand, picks up the button, and they're set and ready for the BMW Doncaster. Off and running now, and slow to move to Lesto, straight back to the tail, beginning smartly LA Glen, Pimpala Sun, quickly into stride. Snap Barrel is away quickly, so is Pharaoh and All Our Mob. Mr. Marconi from a wide gate is going forward. Just behind those, My Diamond Rouge, Pride of Rancho, followed by Aragen, Calm Harbour, Danarani, Brave Warrior midfield on settling down, then Light Up the World, Mapley Star, Waikika Cow, Auntie Mary, Navy Seal, Arborea, and last is Telesto. Going around the first turn, and it's Barrel on the outside, just shading Pimpala Sun. They're going together clear of Mr. Marconi. Snapper's getting a good run between horses on the fence. LA Glen followed by Pharaoh, then Pride of Rancho, Aragen, All Our Mob three deep as they come to the crossing. A gap then to Brave Warrior on the inside of Calm Harbour. Further back then came Light Up the World in that bunch as they come down the side. My Diamond Rouge followed by Danarani from Mapley Star, then Auntie Mary, Waikika Cow, Arborea, Telesto, and Navy Seal last. At the 600 mark, and Barrel is just the leader over Pimpala Sun, and Mr. Marconi. Snaps had a lovely run. Pharaoh's carted about 4 deep on the turn, followed by LA Glen, and then Aragen, Pride of Rancho, followed by All Our Mob. Further back is Brave Warrior and Light Up the World near the fence. Coming over the rise, Barrel takes the lead from Pimpala Sun. Down the outside is Pharaoh looking for 2. Doncaster straight. Can he do it again? Light Up the World is getting up near the fence, but Pharaoh dashed to the lead from LA Glen, and Light Up the World followed by by Aragen and Brave Warrior, but Gavin Eads goes for home on Pharaoh. Look at Auntie Mary. Auntie Mary out of the pack is thundering home. Too late. Pharaoh makes it. 2 Doncasters on the trot. Pharaoh beat Auntie Mary. Third's close Brave Warrior or the filly Aragen. Telesto made up ground, followed by Barrel, Mr. Marconi, Danarani, Pride of Rancho, Mapoli Star, Pimpala Sun, My Diamond Rouge, Light Up the World. Then LA Glen, followed by Snap, Calm Harbour, All Our Mob, Never In It from Waikikamukow, Navy Seal, and Arborea has run last in the BMW Doncaster for 1995. Well, the clerk of the course better watch out, because he's about to be kissed by Gavin Eads, with Pharaoh winning 2 consecutive Doncaster handicaps. Number 3, Pharaoh. What a horse. $8.80 and $3.10. Second will be number 17, Auntie Mary, running a mighty race, $5.30, and a pretty close one for third between, I think, Brave Warrior and Aragen. Were they the two I mentioned? Brave Warrior, number 8, a place dividend of $3.40, and Aragen, what, number 10, a place dividend of $3.50. Ken, get out of the way or Gavin will kiss you.
Thank you, John. Well, he was a big firmer on the tote, Pharaoh. $12 the first call I think I gave you, into $8.80. Loves the going, and that made all the difference. He won at Warwick Farm recently on the heavy track, and he's done it here again at Randwick today. Auntie Mary, I didn't think she had any hope, but she steamed home, and in third placing, TAB number 8, as we said, Brave Warrior. Brave Warrior, Chris Muntz is officially third, and it has paid $3.40 for the place. But there's Pharaoh stretching out for Group 1, Gavin. I think he's a Victorian, Simon.
Yeah, well, he'd be a very happy one, and 2 years in a row. I'm very keen to know what's going to happen in this mounting yard shortly. I'm pretty excited about it, Kenny, to be honest. And it is starting.
Well, he abused a reporter the other day that called him Mr. Eads. He said, my name's Group 1 Gavin. And the official margin is 3/4 of a length in favour of Pharaoh over Auntie Mary, with Brave Warrior
of the day. They're away and racing now, and Money Thinks began well. Away quickly, Vital Consent and the Penny. Futile drifting right back through the field. Tolander going forward, and then Georgia Bell getting up to be about 5th. Our Marquis, Satellite early by Dittman, is going forward. After covering 250, Tolander in front. Our Marquis quickly up into second placing. Money Thinks back about 6, dipped and nearly went down. And Tolander led Our Marquis. Vital Consent third. Circles of Gold up to 4th, and then the Penny outside Money Thinks. 2 lengths to Georgia Bell, well placed with the pace on here. Next Auntie Mary, and then Ceto Flarian. She's followed by Calypso, Broan and Prieurway the outside. 2 lengths to Amuse Us. They're followed then by Bionic Bess. A couple of lengths behind her, Futile, Noble Otto and Monica is last of all in a strung out field. The mares head towards the 800, and Tolander made play. 3/4 Our Marquis. 2 lengths to Vital Consent, and then the AJC Oaks winner on the outside, Circles of Gold. Couple of lengths to the Penny over on the outside of Money Thinks, and then Georgia Bell, followed by Auntie Mary on the rail, and then Calypso and Ceto Flarian. 2 lengths further back is Broan. They're followed when they turn for home then by Prieurway, Bionic Bess, Amuse Us, the rail, Futile a long way back on the inside from Noble Otto and Monica. Tolander first for home at the 400, led by a length to Our Marquis. They've got away a little here, about 3 lengths on Auntie Mary, followed by Vital Consent battling, and then Circles of Gold. Georgia Bell is struggling, and then Calypso. Our Marquis up with Tolander at the 200. These two having a great battle clear of Auntie Mary. Marshall's winding up Auntie Mary. She's coming. Our Marquis and Tolander about to be grabbed by Auntie Mary, who finishes over the top, and Auntie Mary draws away to win. Auntie Mary first, Our Marquis second, and Tolander and Nickaway third, and then Bionic Bess and Broan. Further back, Prieurway, Calypso, Vital Consent, Futile, Noble Otto, Amuse Us, Circles of Gold, Ceto Flarian. They were followed further back in the field then by Monica. A long way back is the Penny and Money Thinks, and Georgia Bell towards the tail of the field. One ride back from suspension, and Simon Marshall lands Auntie Mary, the winner of the Hardy Brothers Classic. Strong game finish by the 7-year-old mare, who's run some terrific races in her career in good company, and she overhauled them with her 57.5 to win, pulling away on the post. Number 8 is second, Our Marquis, ridden by Mick Dittman, coming from the extreme outside gate, number 17. And third was 11, Tolander, ridden by Damien Oliver. 1, 8 and 11 are the numbers. 1, 8 and 11 official. Fourth was number 12, Bionic Bess, and fifth was number 13, Broan. And for the 1600, they've run 134.8, 134.8. Exactly the same time returned by the 3-year-old Saintly in the first. The last 600 there in 33.6.
Particularly a $100,000 race, Peter Donegan.
Yes, indeed, Dan, and Alex Aquilina is down here. Obviously, you're pretty happy about that.
Oh, right. I thought I'd lost her, you know. She's come back firing again. And I did set it for the Epsom and the Nissan, so it looks like we're on the way for the Nissan anyway.
You were standing with us when the race was run, and I think she probably heard you over the last 200 metres. It was a copybook ride, though, by Simon, wasn't it?
Great ride, and I just hope that he gets a really good... things really start changing well for him, because he's one of Australia's best riders by far.
You had no hesitation in putting him on today, first day back?
3 weeks ago.